Hey friends, in this live stream today, I'm about to show you the fastest way to land an Ausbildung in Germany today. Just going to head straight into it. The first is choosing the field of study. I hope you can hear me. When you decide to do an Ausbildung in Germany, you have to first of all start by choosing your field of study. And for you to land you an Ausbildung as fast as possible, you want to go for courses which are high in demand, like nursing and IT. Yay! I'm back. Hi Lazasha, welcome to the live stream. Please like, share. So like I was saying, first of all, you have to pick your field of study if you want to get an Ausbildung real quick. And you should be really strategic when picking your field of study. So I would go for things like hospitality, IT, and nursing. These are like the positions which are still high in demand. When you go and apply for things like this, you're sure to land you an Ausbildung within the shortest possible time. So that's point number one. Over to point number two. Let's talk about your CV. You want to make sure that your CV is up to date. You have your previous experiences, especially if you have like an experience in whatever it is you're applying for. Let's say it's nursing and you have previous experience in nursing. You should add that to your CV and make sure your CV is up to date. And yeah, don't forget that the standard German CV is tabular. You should add your picture to it. Like I said, your work experiences, education, and all of that. And make sure to write that in German. Your CV should be in German, yes. The next thing you need to do that would land you an Ausbildung quicker is someone says, "What are you doing?" I'm giving you tips on how to get an Ausbildung faster in Germany today. That's what we're talking about in this live stream. By the way, thank you guys for joining the live stream. If you're here for the first time, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Share this live stream with someone. Let's talk about how you can land you an Ausbildung in Germany as quick as possible. And yeah, we're over at the third point. You want to write a captivating motivation letter as to why an organization should pick you or a company should pick you over the many applicants that they would have or the many applications that they would have. You want to write something really intriguing because based off of your motivation letter, you might just get a call back. But if it's quite lame, then it might take a while until you get a call back or not even get a call at all. But the secret is writing a really captivating motivational letter. That way you instantly get a call back. Yep. Thank you guys for joining the live stream once again. If you're new here, please subscribe, like, and share. Let's talk about platforms that you can use to apply for these jobs, right? There is Ausbildung.de. Do let me know if you're interested. I'll leave the links in the description of this live stream at the end. Ausbildung.de, Indeed, Jobbörse.de, makeitingermany.com, and we have multiple other sites. There's LinkedIn, there's Zinc, and all of that. Use these platforms. You'd see positions every now and then opened in different organizations. You can just send in your CV, your motivation letter, and you get a call back as soon as possible. So you want to really strategize, make sure you're putting all these measures in place if you want to land you a position for an Ausbildung. I am not something something. Are you what? Sorry, I can't get your question. Maybe you should write that out clearly. Something that I cannot overemphasize. New to what? New where? I don't understand what you're saying. Sorry. Something that I cannot overemphasize on when it comes to Ausbildung is making sure that you have the language qualification required to get into any Ausbildung. Yes, because the competition is high, you must get at least a B2 if you're applying for an Ausbildung. B1 still works, but then based off of the number of people applying, I would recommend you get a B2. Then you have an advantage over everyone who has like a B1. So if you have the right language qualification, it becomes really easy for you to land an interview. Hi, thank you guys for joining the live stream. Let me know if you have questions in the chat. I'm sharing tips on how to get an Ausbildung really quick in Germany. Drop your questions in the comment section. The next tip, you should be ready for an interview. The moment you start applying for Ausbildungs in Germany, even from abroad, you should be ready for an interview because your application might go well and you get a call as soon as possible. And if you're not ready for an interview, that's not really going to look good for you. Mostly, you're going to get interviews for your applications online per Zoom or Google Meet, something like that. You need to be ready. You need to know the kind of questions that they would ask you in an interview, and you should be able to answer them whenever this call comes in. You should be ready at any time the moment you start applying. And I have made a video on this channel. Go back and check my videos. I have made a video here on the kind of questions that you should expect if you are going for an interview for Ausbildung, as well as OPE FSJ. The next thing you need to do to be on track is to apply. The moment you apply for your Ausbildung, you should apply for an appointment at the embassy based on the fact that appointments are taking really long today. You should do that simultaneously because it might take 10 months, a year or more for you to get an appointment from the embassy. So the moment you start applying for your Ausbildung positions in Germany, you should also launch an application for your visa at your embassy in your home country, particularly if you're in Africa. Because what happens is if you wait until you get like a Zusage for your Ausbildung, then you have a problem because you do not have an appointment at the embassy and you might have to wait for a year or more until you get that appointment, which means that you might eventually lose your position to someone who has an appointment at the embassy, if that makes any sense. So go ahead and apply for an appointment at the embassy while you're applying for your hospital. Yeah, I think that would help. And one thing you must do is to be consistent. I know for the most part, when you start applying, it's going to seem like nothing is happening. You're not getting the right answers that you are seeking. But you have to be consistent, and you have to make sure that your CV is up to date. Like I said, your language is top notch. Make sure that you have a better chance over your competitors, and it's going to be really easy for you to get an Ausbildung position in Germany. Prior to studying, I had a contract for an Ausbildung. It literally took me just a couple of weeks to get that. I made several applications, but from the time I put in the application for the Ausbildung contract I got up to the time when I got the contract, interview contract and everything, it was just basically a few weeks. So if you're doing everything right, it shouldn't take long until you get a call back for an interview and eventually a contract from maybe a hospital if you're into nursing, or a company if you are going for IT. Again, make sure you're applying for what is high in demand. If you're applying for whatever, then you might as well not get a position anytime soon or a contract anytime soon, because yeah, there are areas which are not really in demand. So yeah, these are like the basic tips I had to share on this topic for now. Do let me know if you have questions in the chat, and I'm going to do a follow-up on this topic where I get to give you like more detailed information the on the things that you're supposed to do exactly to get yourself a contract for an Ausbildung in Germany. And age is not a problem. No matter where you are in your career, no matter where you are age-wise, go ahead and apply for an Ausbildung. And yeah, that's basically what I had to share for now. I'll give a couple of minutes to see if you have any questions in the chat. If not, I'm going to continue this as soon as I get some time. So guys, drop questions in the chat if you want to know anything in regards to what we're talking about. If not, yeah. Mm. If not, I would sign out. No questions, then I would check out and see you in the next video or the next live stream. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed to this channel. Like this video, share, and yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. Mm.